Welcome to the tutorial on the Free October mug rug, this one right here. Today I'm going to show you how to make this really cute mug rug for the fall. This will be located, the pattern right here, free pattern. This pattern will be located on our website. It's linked down below, so have a look at it. Share it with your friends. Share the video with your friends. Give us a like, and I'm going to show you step by step on how to make this. Okay, so let's get started. As you can see on the front page of the pattern, everything has been labeled A, B, C, D, all the way up to, I think, O or P. Yeah, P is the last one. So it just makes it easier when you're cutting. I have the corresponding letter next to the piece, and that's the way I'll be describing the pieces as I go along. So I just thought it'd be easier to have a photo like that. I don't have pictures throughout the pattern, so that's why I'm doing this tutorial, so you will see exactly how I put it together. Once you have a look through the pattern to make sure you're familiar with things, then you can get started. And what I did was, after I cut out all my pieces, and they're all labeled, so I know what goes with what. Okay, so in the instructions to start with, it says to take an O. Actually, I'm going to use this board, and I'm going to take my O, and I'm going to take my D. So I'm going to put this to the side, and what I did was I put a diagonal line from corner to corner. So now this O, I have to look up the dimension for it. It is 5 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it would be 5 1/4 for the width and 5 1/2 the length. I know it's only 1/4 of an inch, but it does make a difference which way you have this oriented for the other pieces to fit properly. So make sure you have them going the right way. Double check, just measure it before you start adding the other pieces. So all we're going to do is we're going to put our 4 corners. So we're just going to go like this, just so you can see the orientation of which way the lines go. Okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to pin all these in place, and then I'm going to sew along that line on each corner, and then I'm going to trim 1/4 of an inch away and flip this over and iron it. So we'll have our snowballed corners. So I'll do that, and you'll see how it looks. Okay, here's our 4 corners sewn on, and you can see that I pressed open. It just lies a little flatter that way if you do it like that. And I forgot to mention, when I did sew these on, I have my stitch length set at 1.6. You can have 1.5. Because these are smaller pieces, you want to have a nice tight stitch length so they don't come apart or anything. So I like to use that smaller stitch length anyway, but especially with the smaller pieces. Okay, so that's the first piece. So let's go to the next one. It says P and 2 C. So we'll get, I'm looking upside down. Oh, P, right there. And 2 C's right here. So we'll just shift that over. Now this one's nice and simple. We're just going to sew these ones together like that. So that's in the middle, the 2 sides. And I iron open, but if you want to iron to the side, that's up to you too. Okay, I've got that little unit sewn together, pressed it open. So now we're going to take our piece and make sure, remember I said have it going the right way, because this will only fit one way. If I went to go put it here, I'm going to go, uh-oh, too short. So it's definitely going to fit here. So we're going to pin this guy. So here. And I'll make sure that one's pinned on. And one in the middle to keep it from shifting. And I will go sew this one together. And here's our progress so far. So far, so good. Pretty easy. Okay, so the next thing it says is 2 E's. So we'll grab our E's. And what we're going to do is we're going to put on either side. Okay, we're going to start building out from here. So let's pin it in place. And if you keep that nice 1/4 inch seam going, it should fit pretty good as you're going along your pieces. Sometimes people make their pieces a little bit longer so they can cut back, like cut down afterwards. It's whatever you're comfortable doing. So let's do that. Top. I mean, who sews perfectly, right? And when you're doing your pressing, try not to rock your iron too much because you don't want to distort the fabric. Just hold it there for a few seconds and let it go. Make sure the iron's nice and hot though. Okay. So just sew a 1/4 inch seam on either side. Okay, that's what we have so far. So the next step is to take a piece F and we're going to sew that along the top. We're going to take a piece G and 2 Ks. And the Ks, we're going to draw a line again on the diagonal from corner to corner. And I'm going to sew this right on the line. Cut off 1/4 inch. Right on the line. 1/4 inch. I'm going to flip that over. And then I'm going to sew that piece on the bottom. Okay? So it's just like we did on the 4 corners. Now we're just going to do it facing out. So we'll have this on the bottom of our pumpkin. And here we have it. Top and bottom. Okay, so we're going to set this piece aside for right now. And we're going to take our H and our B's. Okay, I'm going to go like that. And we're going to sew these guys together. Oops, these are B's. So, I'll just pin it in place. I only need one little pin. And then this one. Make sure we got them going the right way. And so that's pretty simple. So I'll do that one. And the next one, it says, okay, we're going to take our A's and our K's. And it goes like the length and the K. I'm going to do it my way first. So I'm going to, again, we're going to put our line corner to corner. Corner to corner. Okay. And I'm going to sew along that line. Trim it off. And that'll be part of the handle. So I'm going to do these both together. Okay, here are 2 units sewn together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew these 2 pieces along this way. So the orange bit's going out here. So we don't want to sew on that side. We want to sew on this side because we're making a handle right here. And once I get that done, I'm going to put my I on the bottom and J on the top. Now remember, those are 2 different sizes. So J has to be on the top. I has to be on the bottom. Okay, so here are all those pieces sewn together. So now I'm going to take our original unit and I'm going to sew these 2 together. So we're going to pin it. So this will complete the cup. And we just need to put the rest of the background down. So we'll do this one first. You can see how I've pressed open where I could, but that is my personal preference. So get this one pinned so it doesn't shift, and we'll put those 2 together. Okay, this is really starting to take shape now. We have all the cup done, so we just have to put on our outer pieces. So we take our M's and we're going to put them on either side like this. So let's pin this one together, and then the other side. 2 and 1 more. Just a bit. 3. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, 2 more pieces to add and the top should be completed. So we'll take our piece ends and we're going to put them on the top and the bottom like that. So let's just pin this guy in place. I like to do the top and the bottom so they meet okay. Okay, and we'll sew those together. Okay, here's our finished top. Now all that's left is putting your backing, your batting, and the top. And so now we're just going to quilt it. I'm just going to do some simple quilting on it, so just for time. And we'll show you that. And here's our completed mug rug. Give it a try. Get used to those little pieces. It's not that hard. Just go step by step and you'll have this beautiful little mug rug for you to enjoy. Thank you so much, and if you like what was on this tutorial, please let us know in the comments below if you like this, maybe you'd like to see some other types of tutorials, but if you like this type of a tutorial, please comment, and we can show you more of something similar in the future. Thank you so much. Keep sewing, keep stitching.